As you can see, he's still a baby. We're at 4 months now, so he's growing and getting bigger. He's a cutie. I wanted to talk about responsibility. Specifically, this is for men. Because, well, I'm a man and I'm a father and a husband, and that's what I know. So I'm going to talk about it from my point of view. So I've been reading a book by Douglas Wilson. I think it's called The Covenantal Household. I'll make sure I add it to the notes. And it's been great. It's really insightful. One thing that has really stood out to me is responsibility. And that's a big deal. So big of a deal that I'm spending a lot of time trying to instill that in my other son. Because it's going to affect him in every area of life. And it starts now. It starts with being responsible for your toys, your toothbrush, your food, your clothes. Because once you get older, it just continually grows. And something that's interesting about all that is, as a man, so as Doug Wilson says, being a man, like a biblical man, is not about being a tyrannical leader. It's about being the most responsible out of everybody in the household. So being the head of my house doesn't mean that I have ultimate power, ultimate cosmic power. No, it's about I have ultimate responsibility for my wife and for my children and for their actions or their inactions. And that really is kind of a gut check. If my wife is not growing spiritually, that's on me. If my children aren't growing an understanding of Scripture, of understanding of God, that's on me. If my children are acting up, acting like fools, breaking things at the grocery store, that's on me. Even if I wasn't there and it was just the mama who's there. God says it's my responsibility. And so, what do you do with all that responsibility? Well, if you try and just white knuckle it, you're going to fail. You're going to struggle. And you're probably going to come at this in a tyrannical approach. And that's not going to work. What you have to do is go to God. You have to depend upon Him, lean into Him every step of the way. And that's how they learn. If your wife has been struggling spiritually, you need to look in the mirror. What does your spiritual life look like? Are you spending time in the Bible? Are you spending time in prayer? Well, if you're not, don't be surprised when you see your wife not or your children not. So that's the first step, is to look in the mirror, fellow men, and find out, are you doing what you should be doing? And then lean into God, because we can always lean into God more. And let our family see that. Let our family see us pursuing God, to seek Him to help us get through this. And that is our way to be the most responsible. All right. Well, that's all I'm going to talk about today. I don't want to wake up the baby. So, good night, y'all. God bless.